Hi, I'm Sean. Thank you for coming to our YouTube channel to check out this video. Today we're going to review a few pointers or tips that you can follow to build better Power Apps. So these are all things that we find really help our processes. We wanted to share them with everyone else out there who's also building Power Apps. Hopefully you find them useful. So let's get started. One of the most important things that we believe in is how you evaluate your opportunities. So every organization comes packed with different skill sets, especially when it comes to their abilities in terms of how they're building applications. So in terms of Power Apps, you might have a skill set that you've got, so that will define the capabilities. And that's something important to consider when you decide how you're going to be evaluating your opportunities and what you're going to be trying to deliver with Power Apps. The second part of evaluating your opportunities that's extremely important is defining the business value or the return on investment for the efforts that you put into them. So having a process in place where you are able to identify, categorize, prioritize the opportunities that you may be pursuing to build with Power Apps as a solution is really important and a critical part of the success that you'll find in picking out the good opportunities. Moving on to the next one is engaging users. No big surprise here, and I think that it's an important part of software development generally. Power Apps is no exception there. But how you engage your users is really important. We believe in engaging users as early as possible in the process after you're kicking off a project. Normally, you would have already had some conversations of some kind with the stakeholders. And then as you kick off, get folks involved as early as you can. We're going to see a few other pointers along the way, like wireframes. Defining user stories is another thing that you really want to get folks involved with, but we find that as opposed to developing something in isolation and bringing it back to the eventual owners, this is a really great way of ensuring that you're hitting the mark on the Power Apps that you build. Next, we have create simple mockups. I think most folks are familiar with the concept of mockups. They're a really important part of software development these days, being able to visually represent in low fidelity designs what it is that the screens are going to do. And that's the simplest way to put it, I guess. There's lots of great tools out there. We often use one called Balsamiq to create our mockups with, but we find that you can save a lot of time and effort if you mock up some designs, some samples of what the screens are expected to look like, get them in front of the stakeholders and the eventual users of the app and get their feedback. As opposed to building the Power App and then getting feedback, this is going to save you a lot of time in the long run. So don't forget about those mock-ups. Iterative building. So that's our next one. Power Apps is such a great platform for being able to quickly build solutions with. Take the opportunity to iteratively build with it. We find that being able to get some requirements from someone, perhaps you build something, get some feedback. It's extremely quick to implement feedback typically that you get from users back into your Power Apps and then show the results back to the users. So that iterative process of getting feedback and applying it back to the solution you're building is a really effective way of keeping things moving and making sure you stay close to a valuable deliverable with your Power App. Finally, follow-ups. Another really important part as you're building, you're connecting with people to make sure what you've built is correct. However, after deployment, it's really important here to stay connected with people. It's good to check in perhaps a week, a month, 6 months, a year later, stay connected with folks. So you've been on a journey with them to build the solution, follow up with them after the solution's been implemented and continue with them. The feedback you'll get over time is extremely valuable, and as the amount of data, the amount of usage within the app changes, you're going to see some interesting results in terms of feedback. So that's a really quick little video that we've put together here for you. Hopefully you found it useful. We'd love to hear your feedback in the comments of the video. You can contact us as well on Twitter or from our website. We've got that info up for you right there on the screen. So good luck with your Power App building, and thank you for spending the time with us to watch the video.